Hi everyone, welcome back to Desired Foods, and today we're making green seasoning. So here are all the ingredients, which are as follows. Fresh thyme we're going to be using. I'm going to be using 2 scotch bonnets, which I've just taken out of the freezer, that's why it's got some ice on there. I'm using 1 whole head of garlic, so that's 1 whole head. Then we are going to be using fresh coriander, or cilantro as some may call it. We're going to be using spring onions or green onions, some celery sticks and fresh parsley. All of this has been washed and cleaned. And we've got some pimento seeds here, which are totally optional. You don't have to put these in because I know some of you may not be able to get hold of them, but I just picked them up from the grocery store. Some table salt to taste, and some extra virgin olive oil to preserve. So I'm just going to begin by chopping up the scotch bonnets. Now I don't want mine too hot, so what I'm doing, I'm removing all the seeds from my scotch bonnet. If you want your seasoning to be hotter, all you have to do is leave the seeds in. When handling scotch bonnets, please remember to wash your hands thoroughly and under your nails too. So now I'm just going to take the tops off of the celery and chop them up roughly. Now I'm going to do the same with the spring onions, or some may call it green onions. And now we're just moving on to chop up some parsley. Now you can use as little as you want or as much as you want, but because I'm doing quite a big batch, I'm using most of it. But if you're just making a small little jar, then you only have to use a little bit. So now I'm just putting everything into the blender slowly and gradually. The amount that I am blending up today will get you the equivalent of 1 small mason jar and a half of a mason jar as well. So 1.5 mason jars, which are the small ones, that's the amount that you'll get out of this blend. So we're just going to give that a little blend. Now we're just going to use a spatula to help it along. And then I am adding some more parsley to it now. As you can see, the parsley is going in. And now I'm adding a tiny little bit of salt, and I'm going to put the olive oil. Now the olive oil will help it to whiz around and bring it together, and it will make it a lot more easier to blend. As you can see, the oil's just helped it. Now I'm adding some of the coriander, or some may call it cilantro. After giving that a little blend, I'm just going to add some more olive oil, and then I'm going to add some more of the bits in. Now you can make this as chunky as you want, or you can make it as runny as you want. If you want it more runnier, just put a bit more olive oil to it, and if you want it a bit chunkier, you just don't have to blend it as much. See, I like mine to be a nice paste, so when I'm marinating, it just sits on the meat nicely. But like I said, it's totally optional to how you want it. So now this is the consistency that I like my green seasoning, which I will show you. So now I'm just going to give it a stir, so then all the oil is incorporated and it's well coated. Now the oil we use is to preserve this. So this is the desired consistency that I like my green seasoning, but like I said, it's totally optional to how chunky or how runny you like it. So now I'm just using a glass mason jar which I've sterilized in hot water, and make sure it's totally dry before adding your mixture. So then I'm just putting the green seasoning into the mason jar. If you don't have a mason jar, just use any airtight container, and then you're just going to store this into the fridge, and this will last you for weeks. So that is your green seasoning made. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching.